This week on Addicted to the Outdoors.
So this week we are headed back to Texas to the Marisol Ranch.
It's an all-boys trip. I don't know what to expect coming here.
What is he like? He's just a nice 8.
The goal is for him to bring home a bigger buck than his sister Raven.
She ended up getting a nice buck. You know, since we're twins, I got to beat her. He didn't present a shot for like 15, 20 minutes.
All right, here we go. Ready? Yep.
Let's just measure his buck and just see where it lands.
Just unbelievable story.
He goes, you're not gonna believe this.
The first thing to come to my mind is it bigger than my deer?
That's unbelievable.
The twins, of course, right?
Born and raised by a hunting family in the swamps of Florida and shooting a bow by 8 years old, Jon Brunson took to hunting early. Gina grew up fishing with her father, but it was weekend hunting trips with Jon that put big game blood under her fingernails for the first time. Even now, with raising 6 kids and running 3 companies, Jon and Gina are still a fistful of dirt couple that take life by the antlers. Sound familiar? If so, pull up a stump with the Brunsons, because they are addicted to the outdoors.
Man, what a buck.
So this week we are headed back to Texas to the Marisol Ranch. Now the Marisol Ranch is a really special ranch. Our buddy B. Miller has had this ranch leased for about 14 years. And this also is the ranch that I took Raven to a year ago where she actually shot the biggest buck out of all the kids. This week it's all about Tough going on a boys hunt, hanging out with B. Miller and all the boys.
I'm Tough Brunson, son of Jon Brunson. I don't know what to expect coming here, except it was gonna be a bunch of guys.
The trip's all about having fun with the boys, but I can tell you Tough is focused on one thing, and that is getting the buck bigger than his sister.
Ready to rock and roll? Yep. You awake? That's all right.
Well, I was really excited that Tough was finally getting to go on a boys' Texas trip with Jon. The goal is for him to bring home a bigger buck than his sister Raven. And I really hope him and Jon are able to get it done.
We flew to Houston from Florida, and then from Houston we flew to here. And it wasn't that bad. It was like a 2-hour flight for the first one, and the second one was only like 45 minutes. So it wasn't bad.
We made it to Texas.
Yeah.
Go hang out with Big B and the boys at the Marisol Ranch. All boys trip. Yeah, man. It's gonna be fun.
So day one, we got in early enough to try and get an evening hunt in.
So when we first got here, we put all our stuff in our rooms, got out the gun, shot a little bit just to get practice, and then we went out.
All right, Big B Miller's guiding.
This afternoon hunt was gonna be a little different because usually Robert would be sitting with us, but Brad had a free evening and he wanted to go out there and see if he couldn't get that hitless buck down with Tough first.
Went out there, we saw some bucks and we saw some does, but it wasn't what we were looking for.
So that first evening out in the stand, we're seeing a lot of deer, which is typical in Texas, but we just weren't seeing any of the hitless bucks.
What is he like? And he's an 8. He's just he's a nice 8. He was a 10 that big, he'd be in the 40s.
We ended up seeing a nice 8-point management buck, and we were waiting for the 10-point to come out that I was trying to get.
This old management buck was hanging out there, and I knew if he hung out too much longer, he was probably gonna get the smackdown put on him.
Yeah.
Of course, Big B Miller. He asked Tough if he wants to pull the trigger on this management buck. And if you know our kids, you don't have to ask them twice when it comes to pulling the trigger.
All right, just gotta get this rather than here. Just relax. Range 115. He's gonna have to get too far down there. Oh man.
relax, buddy, right on the shoulder and just squeeze. Alright, just kind of get this right on here. Just relax. Oh, man. Should we hammer him? Yeah. Alright, if you want to take him, relax, buddy, right on the shoulder and just squeeze.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Tell me right through the finals for that one.
Good job, man.
Good shot, man.
I was like, what? See the deer, they won't go anywhere.
First night here, got down a buck, and it's great.
Let's go check out your buck, buddy. Let's go check out the buck.
We got too many guide points last year, so I need to get some guide points this year.
Some guide points. Oh, what's up, buddy? First night out. We got a buck on the ground.
We got a little spike
Oh,
in
yeah,
there.
nice.
Got a little nub.
Nice.
Looks all over like this too.
That's definitely that deer with that little knob. When we got back to camp, you know, here comes the fun part. We get to all pull up to the skin and shack. We get to see who's killed what. Tough gets to show off his management buck.
Tough got on the management program tonight. Jesus, Tough.
And we got to see a nice buck that Bob shot.
So what do you go? 160 what?
162 and an 8.
162 and 8. That's an 8 point. That's an 8 of a lifetime.
8 of a lifetime.
Yes, sir. 8 of a lifetime.
After we all kind of hung out and checked out the deer, of course, it was time to head in for a good dinner, get a good night's sleep, and get ready for that next morning's hunt. Because again, getting these kids out of school is really tough, and we still had 2 full days to hunt, so our focus was definitely trying to get on that big buck that next morning.
Morning, that sun don't wait on nobody. When it comes up, it comes up.
So that first morning of our official 2-day hunt, we got back in the blind. Pretty busy morning, typical Texas. You know, you see a lot of deer, you see a lot of activity.
What's that? That might be our guy right there. Right there. I'm not sure that we can get a good look.
Then we finally see Tough's #1 hit list buck.
That's our boy, Tough. Yeah, that's him. More than likely, he's gonna follow that doe in.
We get a look at him, we know he's the buck, but we just cannot get a shot on this deer.
Oh, I see the little snake on his right side. Yep, that's him. All right. Just relax. Ready to rock and roll? Yes, sir. All right. He turned sideways, just put it right to the shoulder.
He was eating for an hour, just sitting there eating. We were like, okay, he's gonna come out eventually. He comes out, immediately bolts after a doe.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? Why are you running? It's that doe, he's chasing a doe. Oh my God. All right. Just sit tight, he'll come back out.
So we were like, okay, we'll see if he comes back.
There you go. Here he is, watch him. Good. Keep it on fire. Keep it on. Just relax.
We see him running back and forth along the road, and then he ended up just disappearing.
If he turns left and comes out sideways and stops, let's hammer him. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
We went back to camp. And then after that, we just relaxed for a little bit.
Everybody's hanging out, kind of goofing off, getting ready for that evening hunt. And Robert happened to mention to me that he was going to take Rad, his son, out to try and get him his first buck ever. So, of course, I'm like, man, if you're going to go get him his first buck ever, we definitely need to film it. So I set Robert up with a Sony cam to go film, and I also set him up with a Tacticam.
I'm gonna have these 2 cameras on there, and they're so simple to use. All you gotta do is hit 1 button per camera. All you gotta do is go boom, boom, and that's it. And they turn on automatically, and they start recording automatically, and they do everything for you.
So we can use them?
Yep, well, I'm gonna rig you up.
I knew once everything got going with them trying to shoot a deer, we'd get some really funny stuff with that rear camera.
All right, let's rock and roll.
That evening, me and Tough headed out, headed back to the same blind, hoping we can get his hitless buck down. And Robert headed out to another blind with his son Rad to try and film him shooting his first buck ever.
Within the first like 10, 15 minutes, 2 young bucks and that 10 point came back out.
That's him right there. Yeah, that's our boy. We're just going to get down, get clear down. Let's just watch him, Murray. Just relax. Just relax.
When he steps out, we don't have a shot. You know, the deer kind of mills around, and every which way he turns, we just don't have a clean shot.
All right, everybody turns, and we're gonna smoke him. Come on, buddy.
So of course, you know, I'm getting antsy, you know, Tough's getting antsy, and we're thinking, man, you know, hopefully we don't see this buck for a second time and, you know, watch him walk off without a shot.
He's gonna come, he's gonna move around, we're gonna get him. Think positive. All right, see, he's starting to turn. Okay, maybe not.
He didn't present a shot for like 15, 20 minutes. He just kept like walking down the path straight towards us or away from us. He never went broadside or anything.
That's just how it's gonna be with this buck. It's just gonna be, that's gonna be a long, drawn out process. So you got a good clean shot right there. Yep, as long as he does sideways, okay. All right, let's watch him. All right, here we go, there we go. Relax. Oh, be still, be still, be still. Be still. Looking straight at us. Yes, be still. Man, this guy is killing us. He wants to stuff his face with big time right now. All right, come on, turn. Don't go in the bin, don't go in the bin, don't go in the bin, don't go in the bin.
We were just like, please don't go in the fence. Like, please don't jump in there, please don't. And then all of a sudden he just turns around and starts walking a different way.
Oh, here we go, here we go. Wait till he stops. Be ready, baby, be ready. Here we go. There you go. Whenever you're ready. Remember to squeeze, don't move nothing else. All right, he's starting to turn towards you. All right, you got. Just relax. He'll turn. All right, here we go. Ready? All right, here we go. Ready? There you go. He's good, he's good. He's going down. Perfect shot. Perfect shot.
Yep. Who falling? He's down.
Perfect Good job, buddy. Got your big bug. Got your big bug. Big bug, big bug.
Perfect shot.
Perfect shot.
His full nose coming. I was afraid he was gonna go run him.
Yeah.
That's why he was looking at.
That's why I was scared to start shooting. I was like, I gotta shoot now.
Yeah, we were happy after waiting for an hour in the morning. We were like, good thing we got him, because if we had to wait another hour of him eating, that would have been terrible.
What a pretty deer. Well, he's got character and everything.
This is so cool, this little thing right here. What's this little green stuff on the brow?
Nice, nice.
What's this stuff? Little green stuff on the brow.
Hammered him, huh?
The little green stuff on the brow, just scratch or something?
It's from rubbing trees.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you call these? They stick out.
These are a kicker. Yeah, it's a little kicker. Yeah, see, he's a mainframe 10, like really pretty mainframe 10. He's got a little kicker. So he's 11. So he's got a little kicker off his 2.
Cool.
His 1, 2, 3, 4, and his main beam. The kicker off his 2 right here. That's an awesome. He's got good mass too.
Yeah.
He's a nice buck. I don't know. It's gonna be
close.
It's gonna be close. Yeah. He's a stud.
My boy.
All right, sweet. Let's take a few pictures.
Yeah.
So I got up in the deer blind, really nervous. There was a lot of doe. So the buck, he came like 10 minutes later.
I can get him.
Hold on.
Yeah, I see him.
Are you sure you're on him?
Yeah,
His head's up now. You see his one horn?
yeah. He has one little horn.
If he comes 10 more yards, we're gonna shoot him.
Yes, sir.
At the base of his neck, do you know what that means?
Yeah, right here.
Where it hits the shoulder. So go up his shoulder to where his neck is.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. But he's not broadside. That's the bad thing.
You will in a minute. You're on safety, right?
Yeah, safety.
And he was about to go, but he went in the brush and came right out.
He's coming, brother. He's gonna get close. Look at him. If he turns broadside, you get that neck. Yeah, ready. Can you get in the neck?
Can I fire?
Yeah.
And then, pow, shot it, went to the ground, kicked his legs, and then finally stopped breathing.
You know, when we got back to camp, we found out that Rad had shot his first buck ever. So not only did Tough get his hitless buck down, Robert's son shot his first buck ever, so it was a pretty cool evening. Tough was definitely anxious for us to measure his deer to see if he had beat his twin sister, but we decided to do it that next morning.
So whenever my sister came, she ended up getting a nice buck. It's pretty good, and then, you know, since we're twins, you know, I gotta beat her. So that was the goal for today.
Robert was actually the guy that scored Raven's deer too. So I'm like, you know what? Let's not even look at what her scored exactly. Let's just measure his buck and just see where it lands.
So I was at my cheer competition and my dad texted me that Tough finally got a deer down. So I was sneaking off and texting my dad, of course, to see like if they scored the deer yet, if it was bigger than mine, smaller, or if he actually beat me.
Holy cow.
So Robert finally gets the deer scored, writes everything down on paper, and he's kind of got this weird look on his face. Robert asked me, you know, what did Raven's deer score? I'm like, you know, I'm not real sure exactly if you think it's that close. You know, looked up the score of 143 and 5/8, and he just gives me this crazy look. And I'm like, what? He goes, you're not gonna believe this.
143 and 5/8. Oh man, that's unbelievable.
The twins, of course, right?
I mean, you couldn't have scripted anything better than that.
What's her?
Identical.
Can you believe
143.
Identical.
It's the exact same score.
Oh my God.
Right?
Jesus.
Your twin
How do you feel about
sister.
that?
Just so happened to be the exact same measurement as my sister. Like, what are the chances of the exact same and we're twins?
We scored Tough's buck.
Yeah? So what did you score?
You will never believe it. 143 and 5/8. Identical score to Raven's.
That is crazy.
What are the odds of that happening? How in the world did our twins shoot twin bucks at the same ranch?
Because he shot a buck that scored identical to yours.
That's weird.
Yeah, 143 and 5/8. Y'all exactly the same.
Well, I guess we are twins for that reason.
But at least he didn't beat me.
Y'all are tied. You didn't lose, so y'all are both the champs right now.
I wish I beat you though. Yeah, it's pretty cool to come down here. I mean, I've been in Texas before, but I've never been here. And it's always fun to hang out with Brad because he's a fun guy. There's so many guys here. They're all great people. I mean, I'm very grateful that I came here. I mean, the buck is amazing. It's my biggest buck I've gotten. It's probably gonna be my biggest buck for a while.
You know, this was a great trip. You know, anytime I can get out with the kids or even one of the kids individually, it's a lot of fun. You know, yes, that buck tied with his twin sister, but it was still a great buck, and it was his biggest buck ever by about 10 inches. So, you know, he didn't beat his sister, but he tied her. He shot his biggest buck ever. He got to hang with Brad and the boys. He got to shoot his first javelina ever and make some pretty long shots. All in all, a great dad and son trip. And I'm pretty excited looking ahead to see who's gonna take the crown on the biggest whitetail.